Welcome. Are we on? Are we on? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? All right, we can get out of this. I believe we are live. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? What up? What up, everybody? Let me get correct. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are here. Yes. We'll be going over some things today. Make sure that's not there. Is that even? Let's make sure that's focused. All right, y'all can see me. Y'all can see me. All right, we got some stuff to talk about today, y'all. I do want to debunk. What is this? Can we get rid of this? I don't want to see this whole thing. I don't want to see a whole Levi's. I don't want to see a whole Levi's campaign on top of what we got going on. All right. I do not like how they all right, so I do want to debunk the what was it, the 50-year mortgage, right? So let me make sure you can't see. All right, so the 50-year mortgage is like, I dropped a video about it today, a little video about it today. Super. I hope this isn't one that people fall for. And there's like rumors of like a 15-year car loan or something like that, 30-year car loan or something like that. Which supposedly that's fake news. It's hard to tell nowadays with so much shit that's going on. But yeah, this 50-year mortgage, man, this is gonna be crazy. If people end up doing this, 50-year mortgage proposal. I think the issue is that like people aren't even realizing what we can't afford now as just humans. You know, I think that we naturally just, I think the house, the American dream is like the house, the car, the Corvette, you know, the riches. And I think if you still want that, and you can't afford it, you're going to be able to fall into this 50-year mortgage, right? You always wanted to buy a house, and it's just not something that's even affordable, right? Because there's a majority of people that grow up below, I guess, the poverty line, right? So those people essentially will never in their lifetime buy a house. And now with introducing a 50-year mortgage, they may be able to now call themselves an owner. This is kind of like, this might be second to HOAs and COAs as far as just bad ideas that can go left. I don't even know what are we looking at right now? What are we looking at right now? Yeah, so that's tough. I don't know. I understand it because, you know, it's gonna give affordability. But is affordability what we want? It is, essentially, right? But I think we want it the other way around. Like for me, I never want someone to like just give me anything. Just hire me. Hire me, pay my price, and I don't need anything for free. So I think if we pay people the right amount of money that they're owed, that they're due, for the hours spent working, whatever the case may be, I don't think we would need this. I don't think, you know, it would be unaffordable for people. That's what becomes the issue, is that we do have an unaffordable housing issue in our country, and we'll see if we get to it. We will see if we get to it. Let's see who jumping right now, y'all. I was hyped because XRP had jumped crazy from 2. Y'all can't see it with my camera in the way. Let's see. I get my camera out the way. From 2, let's show it here. It went from the low of 228. Started to pull back. See what they's talking. I seen the the CEO of SoFi was talking about other cryptos, and he mentioned Ripple, he mentioned ETH, and he mentioned BTC. So we'll see. We'll see how that. I don't know. I'm still locked in on ETH, but let's look at XYZ stock. Block, man, got slammed after earnings, bro. This stock has been killing me, man. This is one that's really been killing me. I don't want to say killing me. Killing me might be a stretch, but I really had high hopes for Block. All right, Block after I had super high hopes. Earnings were thrown off by a massive employee-only party. Huh? I've reported on company results a long time, but this is a first for me. Afterpay owner Block reported its results this week, which were positive, but not where analysts wanted them to be. One reason profits were down: a massive expense for a 3-day party for employees. Jesus, how expensive was this party? Spotted on Shareboard, the results were reportedly thrown off by one event in particular that cost them a real chunk of change. As the shareholder letter puts it, emphasized general and admin expenses were up 14% year over year on a GAAP basis, driven in part by an in-person company event. Excluding this expense, general and admin expenses remained roughly flat year over year in the third quarter. A bit of digging from Joe Sherwood showed that around $60 million was spent on this particular. $68 million was spent on this company party. What type of fun y'all having? For an in-person who was there? Event was reportedly called Block by Block. I did some digging on social and found a slick video put together by a Block team member who described the event as a coming together of all employees under the Block banner in the U.S. This includes Cash App, Afterpay, Jay-Z's music streaming service, Tidal, BitKey, and Proto. About 8,000. Wow, I forgot. Okay. Let's look at this little video.
I joined a company called Square, and on my second week, I met Jay-Z, Anderson .Paak, and A-Track. Here's how it went down. On years that are considered perfect squares, Jack Dorsey, the ex-CEO of Twitter and current CEO of Block, hosts a company-wide event called Block by Block, bringing together the whole company from divisions like Afterpay, Square, Cash App, Tidal, and BitKey Proto. This year was Block's Sweet 16, and for an event that's not going to happen for another 9 years, it's wild that my start date lined up with Block's years of peak puberty. Some of the 3-day highlights included winning a few high scores, no proof but just trust me, A-Track teaching me a personal DJ lesson, and all of the food stalls hosted by Square sellers. Aside from the fireside panels and presentations though, my second favorite part of the event was the Block party on night 2, where all 8,000 of us were able to hang out, dance, and talk about anything other than our sales quota and how to hit it. Rumor has it that Jack Dorsey was taking part of the event like one of us as well, and although I never got lucky enough to meet him, I did get a chance to take home a few goodies and items of my own. You know I love a good craft. The night ended with T-Pain, T.I., and Soulja Boy, and if that doesn't show our age, I don't know what does. I'm excited to see what happens on year 25.
All right, so that's some good news, right? At least this isn't a thing that they're trying to do every single year. So we know that on year 25, we're going to have another one of these big expenses. So that's in 9 years. So, wow. I think that it looked like Coachella Music Festival. Get together turned into a Coachella Music Festival. Yeah, it bears repeating that Block made a profit at its last result announcement, just not the kind of earnings beat that analysts were hoping for at the end of the day. You know, I'm sure analysts wouldn't approve of a $68 million party, but I do believe that the companies of the future here in the U.S. have to take care of their employees. It's not even a giving. I think real good talent is hard to find, and yeah. So I know there's plenty. I mean, I don't know how many companies are doing $68 million parties, but wow, that's I'm actually not that mad now. Damn, just hit my wobble. I was a little bit upset because I wasn't. Today was like a not so bright day for me, so I kind of just didn't look at the market. I didn't want any more disappointments for the day. But block stock slumped 9% on Q3 revenue earnings miss. So maybe they already knew they were gonna. Maybe it's like, man, we know we're missing earnings, man. Let's throw this big old party. So I'm not mad at the party. I'm just trying to figure out, while block beat on gross profit, earnings per share came in well below the 0.66. Isn't it crazy how like over cents a stock can just lose it? So gross profit was up, but EPS was down by a little bit. Not down, but just below the expectations. Missed revenue by 0.20 billion. I don't even know if it's not a full billion, right? 0.20, not 20, 0.20. Okay, the real concern, let's read. I like looking. This is what we need to get used to more as investors, just kind of like understanding how to read, I want to say not profit statements, just like if a company's profitable, knowing the numbers, understanding the numbers, understanding what GAAP is, understanding what EPS is, and where it can go. Oh man, don't tell me, my bad, y'all. My bad. I've been here talking. My bad, y'all. See, it's always good to have to double check you live, y'all. I've been here talking, thinking that y'all could see me for a minute, and y'all haven't. So we're fixing that. We're live. I feel like we need to start from the welcome. We gotta start from the beginning. Welcome. So yeah, this is where we at. So yeah, as an investor, we need to start understanding this stuff. So yeah, so I feel like I gotta show y'all that video again because y'all didn't get to see it. So let's look at that video. I was watching it, but I was looking at the wrong. All right, so this is the block by block event that took place.
I joined a company called Square, and on my second week, I met Jay-Z, Anderson .Paak, and A-Track. Here's how it went down. On years that are considered perfect squares, Jack Dorsey, the ex-CEO of Twitter and current CEO of Block, hosts a company-wide event called Block by Block, bringing together the whole company from divisions like Afterpay, Square, Cash App, Tidal, and BitKey Product. This year was Block's Sweet 16, and for an event that's not going to happen for another 9 years, it's wild that my start date lined up with Block's years of peak puberty. Some of the 3-day highlights included winning a few high scores, no proof but just trust me, A-Track teaching me a personal DJ lesson, and all of the food stalls hosted by Square sellers. Aside from the fireside panels and presentations, though, my second favorite part of the event was the block party on night.
It was a Coachella, but I always forget that Jack Dorsey did the deal with Jay-Z. That's another reason why I believe in Block. I don't really think, even though Jay-Z had acquired because of him selling Tidal, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Block is really utilizing Tidal. What's Tidal's market share? Let's see. Tidal has a very small market share, estimated at only 0.5 in the US. Wow. Yeah. So I'm not really sure. Let's see, how does Block integrate Tidal? Block integrates by merging its financial technology with the music streaming service to support creator economy and empower artists. Key integrations include providing artists with a comprehensive view of their sales and fan data. Okay. Enabling personalized fan experience through data-driven recommendations, new payment methods, direct payments from artists. Block has also acquired music fintech company Hi-Fi to further develop royalty tools and sits within the broader Block family alongside. Jesus. So is this just like... right, let's read this. 2 years ago, a block acquisition of title was a sensible move. Let's hear how sensible. Okay, the acquisition came in as a surprise to some, but upon close examination, it makes a strategic sense for both block and title. Here's why. Synergies for artists to monetize through various block apps. Block has been at the forefront of financial tech, which I agree. Square. Hold on, we gotta cut the heat, y'all. Jesus Christ. Any little noise is gonna throw me off. What up? Quick little pause if you're not just getting in. Don't forget to say what's up. Hit us with a quick little comment. Hit the like button, share. All right, so let's see. We're trying to figure out how title and block makes sense. Digital and physical goods sales artists can now sell merchandise, both physical and digital, directly to fans through Title's platform. Okay. That's not bad. Concert tickets, whether it's virtual concert or in-person event, artists can sell tickets directly to fans by integrating Tidal with Square. Purchasing tickets becomes a seamless experience. So it's like independent? You can sell independent tickets? Okay. NFTs, which are irrelevant right now. The acquisition enables artists to mint and sell NFT directly to the fan. NFTs have become a powerful means of ownership. Okay, ability to aggregate data and manage sales through. All right. Alignment. All right. So, did Jay-Z get bought out on this? You know, because that's the only thing. No, Jay-Z was not bought out of Tidal. Instead, he sold a majority stake to Square in 2021, where he and other artists retained some ownership. Jay-Z joined Square's board of directors while the deal transferred control to Square for a reported $297 million. The artist shareholders remain stakeholders in the company. All right. So we still got Jay. I was a little worried that we had lost Jay-Z in the last few years. So Jay-Z's part of the board. Is he part of the block board? Joined Square's board of directors. Let's look. Square's. Let's see if he's listed. Square board of directors. Let's see. Hey, your boy Carter, Sean Carter. Okay. All right. I'm still big on Square. Why isn't Jack here? Oh, Jack is here. Blockhead. He's funny as hell. All right. This is still good. It's still good news. I think that, I don't know. I think Block needs a break, and I'm not sure what it's going to be. What we need to do. Former CEO of Shake Shack? Okay. Partner at Bond. She co-led the digital growth fund. Spun out to form Bond. Previously shared as managing director. All right. Digital currency. The Afterpay is where, you know, that was supposed to be like the big win for them, man. Because it was like, Afterpay is the buy now, pay later. Afterpay balance sheet. I'm actually scared to see like Afterpay balance sheet. Is Afterpay losing money to people not paying? I love that Google has like this AI thing now. Like, I don't know, like I think so many people are against AI, but it's like you couldn't do this stuff. You used to have to click into links, and now that like the information you're looking for just pops up right here, it's just so amazing, man. It is ChatGPT. Afterpay has lost money to people not paying, and this is a significant risk for the company. Although the late fees are a revenue source for them, the company's revenue primarily comes from merchants, and they have reported significant amounts in bad debts. even though it's a smaller percentage of total sales. Oh, Lord. Afterpay reported in 2023 $475 million in bad debts in the 18 months leading up to. How do you have that? Jesus. Okay, Afterpay makes most of its money from merchants who pay a fee for each transaction, not from customers. Interesting. Not from customers. Afterpay makes most of its money from merchants who pay a fee for each transaction. Okay. While the late fees are a source of income, they are not the main business. Afterpay actively tries to prevent missed payments through reminders, account pausing, because it's not profitable for the company when customers don't pay. This is not a good company to have going into a recession. Okay, Gen Z not drowning in buy now, pay later debt yet, but experts warn it's a luxury lifestyle trap. I think that's just the bigger. I think that's just like the overall bigger discussion that we're not having. Is that there are a lot of trap options out there. It's like pick your poison. How do you want to do it? Do you want it to be in the form of a 50-year mortgage, or do you want it to be in the form of a 15-year or 30-year auto loan? Or do you want it in the form of Afterpay, sending you reminders every week that you need to pay? I did not know about the merchants thing though, so that's good. It's actually a scared place to be for a merchant, like allowing, I guess the big dogs. So it can earn money, not at all. Not all late payments are bad for business when you use Afterpay. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess the good part of Afterpay, it's not predatory. Afterpay isn't predatory. I wonder if Jack Dorsey has said anything recently. Let's see if there's any Jack Dorsey interviews 9 months ago. I want to see something from 9 months ago. Okay, I think this was social media's future. Let's hear what he has to say. Oh, is this at InvestFest? Let's see what Jackie boy. Hold on now. I can't hear.
If you really think about, and I built one of those services. If you really think about, and I built one of those services. If you really think about what you're doing when you're posting that, it's not just reaching your audience. You're actually you're actually doing work for that company for free.
Okay, tell us more.
Every time you hit the heart, every time you like a post, every time you retweet something, that's a signal to an algorithm, which then takes that and a bunch of other variables and uses that as a way to push into someone else's feed. And all of these algorithms predominantly are only focused on increasing the number of impressions. And the reason why is because that increases the number of advertising revenue for them.
You listening?
It has nothing to do with you. And if you just if you just observe a little bit and you watch someone on their phone, and there's a bunch of you on the phone in the downtime, and you have Instagram open, you have Twitter open, X, Threads, Blue Sky, maybe not Blue Sky, but whatever it is, you actually just watch them and they're scrolling, tap, tap, scrolling, tap, tap, scrolling, tap, tap. That company has successfully made you an employee without paying you a thing.
Wow.
And
wow.
We need, if we value what we believe is the value of these services, which is to broadcast to the world and to broadcast our information, our lessons, our learnings, our stories to someone that's going to care about it, we need to own that protocol layer. That protocol layer needs to be permissionless. I should not have to ask Google on whether to build a feature or not. I should not be reliant upon Google's algorithm to tell me what I should pay attention to, because they're programming you.
That's real.
And they can change that algorithm at any point and program you in a different way. And they have in the past, and they will continue to do so. If you really think about...
Wow, wow. Those are like, that's like strong words from Jack. Wow. What else?
It's actually controlled and owned by the people, and that's what Bitcoin represents to me. Potentially a coalition. The dollar is going to be most challenged by the Chinese yuan and potentially a coalition of other nations. And I think it should be challenged. And I think as we understand that there is that challenge, we should have a third horse in the race. And ideally, that third horse isn't controlled by any one government. It's not controlled by a corporation like a Visa, MasterCard, or any of the banks. It's actually controlled and owned by the people, and that's what Bitcoin represents to me. Is if you think about other protocols on the internet, like what you all use every single day.
It's like, this dude is like, let's see how much Jack Dorsey worth. See how much, oh my Lord, 4.9 billion. And he looked like a bum. 4.9 billion, his net worth, and he looked like a bum. Did y'all just see what homie looked like? This is what he looked like right here. With the brown with the beard. 4.9 billion. I love that he said that, and it's actually very interesting that he's, because I really thought that there was a time where like, Cash App was going to be, and I just think people took advantage of Cash. I think the people ruined Cash App, so many scams and stuff like that. But I felt like Cash App was like the product. Cash App was going to be what we were using at the time. I think it was like 2021. I could buy stock. I could pay someone via stock. Like I could pay someone with Bitcoin. I remember they had I don't know if they still have it. I'd have to check. They used to have like this lightning thing where you could send Bitcoin. So I think that they've had some very innovative products. I've always wondered why Block never expanded the crypto selection that you can acquire. And let's see if they still have. Okay, you still can send and receive. Let's see, send. Yeah, I ain't sending nada. I ain't sending Nathan. Yeah, you can only buy Bitcoin and stocks on Cash App. Invest your spare change. Invest your direct deposits to Bitcoin without a fee. Wow. Spend. Find nearby businesses that accept Bitcoin. I think this is going to be fire, right? Spend Bitcoin locally. I think that's going to be fire. Listen, discover who's Bitcoin friendly. I think once people get on this platform, this is showing me. What's this showing me? Bitcoin ATM. Is this just Bitcoin ATMs? Elevate Health. What is that? Elevate Health. Sorry, we're in Atlanta, y'all. So this, it's mad funny because it's just like a regular business in Atlanta that accept Bitcoin. Elevate Health. Let's see the website. See what they're about. This is so far. You're going to get to learn about companies that accept Bitcoin, and it's only a matter of time. Maybe not at that price, because not a lot of people are going to have it, but it's going to be its own ecosystem. Let's see some more businesses. Barry Haircuts for Men accept Bitcoin. It's like I slick want to interview some of these businesses, because are you Bitcoin a holder yourself? Justin LeBron, like this person has his whole LLC. I don't even know what this guy does, but this is fire. I did not. Atlanta Mobile Repair accepts Bitcoin. So are these people like, this is fire. Why no one in California accepting Bitcoin? Oh, okay. You gotta scroll and see. You gotta see like what your area is, but it's all over the country. There's networks. This is fire. I did not know this. So you can spend your Bitcoin. Okay. I think the issue with that is that Bitcoin was supposed to be, I guess, supposed to be a store of value. So you wouldn't be transacting because, all right. So the real issue is we ain't gonna keep giving this person promo. Bitcoin, to transact Bitcoin at that high level, it takes a lot of energy. Do we have enough energy to make BTC transactions for everyone? No, there isn't enough. I need you to read this. There isn't enough energy to conduct a Bitcoin transaction for everyone on Earth, primarily because Bitcoin network cannot process that many transactions, and the energy required for each one is very high. A single Bitcoin transaction consumes an immense amount of electricity, and the network's capacity is limited to prevent the system from becoming unmanageable and untrustworthy. Okay, high energy. So I think that's what we're battling right now with Bitcoin. The high energy cost of Bitcoin per transaction. A single Bitcoin transaction can use hundreds of thousands of times more energy than a Visa transaction. That's interesting. I think that capacity limits. The Bitcoin network simply cannot support a transaction for every single person. Layered scaling, intended solutions. Okay. So we need to find a way to create more energy, support our energy. It's for Bitcoin to be in everyday use. I'm not really sure how does Lightning Network work with Square? I don't know if like Square uses the Lightning Network to enable near instantaneous Bitcoin payments with low fees, allowing merchants to accept Bitcoin and have the option to settle in either Bitcoin or US dollar. Customers pay by scanning the QR code. So I guess they make it a little bit cheaper using the Lightning Network. Speed in seconds, making the experience similar to traditional payment method. Yeah, I mean, merchants can choose to have their settlement funds converted to US dollars or held in Bitcoin. Okay, so how many small business merchants does Square have under their umbrella? These are questions I just be wondering, right? 4 million active sellers using its platform. Figure that includes a wide range of businesses from solo entrepreneurs to large international chains. So 4 million merchants have the ability to be on this network. Now, why they would probably not choose, right? Any smart person, why would I want to pay a fee to pay you? Right? I don't it just doesn't make sense, right? I can tell you nowadays, why would I pay a fee to pay you? So I think they got to get around the fee part, you know. We got to get around that. So let me think that one through. Let me think that one through, because it actually alters kind of my mind. I don't know. I'm still trying to fully understand it, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, well, no, I do fully understand. It's a store of value, and that's just is what it is, a store of value. Nothing more, nothing less. I think that if you're sending big amounts, if you're sending a large amount, a fee's gonna come with it. Like even if you do a wire, if you wire a large amount of money to someone, either your bank gonna get charged or that bank's gonna charge the person for the incoming wire. So it's not like, I guess, yeah. So Bitcoin wouldn't be like a $5. I'm paying you $5 or I'm moving around small amounts of money. But if I want to send someone 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 after the banks close, see, because that's the thing. Like once the banks close, that's when it makes it harder to send money around, move money around. You gotta wait till it clears. You know what I'm saying? I can send someone in Dubai right now $50,000 and they can have it instantly as long as I pay that fee. So that's just like that's where I see the benefits of it. I'm just mad. Like, I can't believe the stock really plummeted today. I'm just like really flabbergasted, really shocked. Assessing the value. I didn't even mean this to be a whole live about block stock either. That wasn't even in my deck of cards. It just kind of happened that way. So, damn, what is this? Is this? Let me see. Is it caught up? Are we caught up? Okay. Let's hear. All right. What else am I looking at? We're definitely in a bear market, y'all. If you want to get into the whole energy bang, this might be one to watch. This might be one to watch. Reports larger than expected loss. We are in a bear market, y'all. This is so crazy. Yeah, I need block to get to the 90s and 80s, man. I'm not really sure why it hasn't been up there. It's low 80s at minimum, bro. Like low 80s at minimum. All because you miss EPS. We missed revenue and EPS. What's the disclaimer? Oh, what the hell? Disclaimer. What you disclaiming me about? That boy, that Coinbase is down. What the hell? Them boys at TTD stock. This is one I'm in right now. Heavy. All right. They beating forecast by 19 million. Traders reported 739 million third quarter revenue. Wow. What? Am I reading this right? They reported $739 million in third quarter revenue, surpassing analyst expectation. Oh, okay, by 19 million. All right. I thought analysts expected 19 million and they got 700 million. I was about to say, how the hell? I was about to scrap up whatever I could to afford that, to buy more of that stock if they made that type of jump. But a 20 million jump is pretty good in a downturn. Amazon direct competitor of everybody. Who isn't Amazon the direct competitor of? Let's see, the demand side. Platform 18% year-over-year growth, 22 excluding political. Demonstrated continued market shares. Okay. EPS 45 cents versus the 20 cents that was forecast. That's 125% surprise. Shares decline. See, that's sharply with robust financial performance. See, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. All right, this year they will do, if we are just using very round numbers and back of napkin math, about 70 billion-ish in advertising. From all the market triangulation, there's about 90% that is in sponsored listings. All right, the CEO positioned advertising revenue streams, Amazon's revenue streams, primarily competing with Google. Okay. 99% of advertising efforts are about monetizing owned and operated inventory, and what is left goes to the open internet. Ooh, the reality is we're playing in a very different sandbox. I like that. Okay, connected television. That's another way they bring in money. Fastest growing Trade Desk, fast growing channel during the quarter. CTV. Video advertising, including CTV, represented approximately 50% of the company's total business. That's good. I mean, there's still going to be cable. I think it'll be another 5 years before cable will possibly be obsolete. So that's good that, you know, they're milking that for what it is. This constitutes an ongoing shift from traditional linear television to streaming, where the traders provides programmatic buying technology for advertisers. Okay. Net income, 115 million. Operating cash flow, 225 million. Free cash flow of 155 million. Ability to maintain strong margin while investing in platform development and organizational restructuring. Yeah. The Kokai platform launched in 2020 representing the company's most significant technology upgrade. Now handles activity from 85% of clients. Green described delivering better costs for acquisition, 50% better unique reach, and 94% better click-through rates compared to a Solomar-based deal. All right, so they're working on things. New chief financial officer who joined the Trade Desk in August 2025 from Hermes Growth Partners, where he previously invested in the company, outlined priorities during the first quarter earnings call. My priorities as CFO are clear. Help grow the Trade Desk share of the $1 trillion advertising as more dollars shift to programmatic. Sheesh. Sorry, y'all. 6th grade reading level. Identify and prioritize the right investments to expand our leadership position. Okay. CFO emphasized that Trade Desk position within major industry shifts. Sites squarely at the forefront of CTV and powerful application of AI. All right. I'm actually excited for TTD. Like, first I had got into TTD as like a little leap, but now I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, this might be a hell of a start. Am I tripping? Like, they beating everything over here. Net profit margin was the lowest, but damn, they beating it all. Beer of the day. They are beating it all. I'm not. The story is great. Growth is on the line. The enthusiasm off the charts, but when expectations rise faster than earnings, gravity has a funny way of pulling everything back down to earth. As what's happening today. Yeah. talking about Zach's ranked number 5 strong sell trade that's once the undisputed king of prime advertising. The company's latest results show cracks forming beneath its premium valuation. I mean, is it premium valuation? They're profitable. They weren't bad, they just weren't enough. Jesus Christ, how much people have to make nowadays? All I wanted was a little 15% jump. Missed consensus by a penny. But when you're trading at nearly 50 times forward earning, good isn't good enough. The bigger problem is guidance. Management's Q4 outlook for roughly 20% revenue growth disappointed investors. What? Expected another blowout. The digital ad revenue remains uneven while connected TV continues to grow. Competition. I don't know, yeah. I do hope that people are overblown on this one. It was math. Analysts have been cutting estimates across the board over the last 60 days. 2 analysts have cut estimates for the current year, while 4 have done so next year. Bearish moves have cut. Yeah, I think we're in a bear market, y'all. I think the last thing to let us know is jobs. Are we in a bear market? What is considered a bear market? Let's get the details. No, the U.S. stock market is not officially in a bear market, which is defined as a sustained 20% or more decline from recent high. How much percent has TTD stock falling recent high? Oh, I thought AI was gonna do its thing. Boo. Alright, let's see if we can figure this one out ourselves. So the recent highs would have been 89, right? It's a 50% drop, damn near. So yeah, TTD is in a bear market. Wow. Wow, so the overall market isn't in a bear market, but there are a handful of stocks that provide opportunity. If you're long term, that's what it really comes down to. Are you long term, right? Let's see. I don't think the AI bubble is going to be it. I think until the S&P 500 drops 20%. Let's see, what's 20% of 60? What's 20% of 6,800? Sheesh, that means it would have to be, that'd be 5,500, S&P 5,500 for it to be considered. Wow, that would be like, I need y'all to see this, see how far. If we went like a 5,500, that'd be here. That'd be right here. April 1st of last year. This is what a pullback would do for the S&P 500. And it really doesn't look that crazy because it's just been over the whole 12 months. It's slowly, gradually up. Low down, up, low down, low down, up. It's actually what you want to see in a chart personally, versus like all the way down, right? Versus like this piece here. You don't want to see this, right? Like if this is where it ended, like if this piece right here was here at this ending, and it's like this is what it looks like, you don't want to see that. This is nice. This is nice gradual over time, some pullback, some pull forward, some pullback, some pull forwards. And that's why I feel like, I don't know, we may not get the full, with the rate cuts. The rate cuts, here's my thesis. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong, right? With rate cuts, where they at, right? With rate cuts, the dollar devaluing, right? People are trying to put their money in other places, right? Me, you, other investors, who knows? What China's doing with the gold, man, it's like, dog, they going crazy. So it becomes like if you want China to be in control of your wealth, get into gold, and if I guess crypto, if you wanted to be like decentralized, although there's going to be stable coins that are probably centralized and are controlled. It's a very confusing time in American history. I do want to say I don't think that everybody realizes how big of a potential swing we can go. Like if China completes this gold backed by the yuan, I mean, it's not good. It's not good. And then is BRICS starting their own money? Own currency? Maybe not. BRICS is not starting its own currency at this time. Leaders have confirmed there are no immediate plans for joint currency. Instead, the bloc is prioritizing increasing trade using local currencies and developing a cross-border payment system like the BRICS payment platform for settlements between member countries. And I think that is just, it becomes confusing, right? Because when you do if we go to the whole Ripple thing, right? Big banks, right? We want more than just domestic banks trading and moving this money around. We want it to be different countries, and obviously the countries that are work with us are also going to be using that system or whatever system we have, and we go through it and we say this is the system. But I believe Dubai's in BRICS. Who's part of BRICS? And when you have some of the biggest countries, Brazil, China, Egypt, Ethiopia, India, Indonesia, Iran, Russia, South Africa, and the United Arab Emirates. Those are the United Arab Emirates, a lot of money. That's somebody that, I don't want to say when it comes to changing financial systems, we want them on our side, right? I would say India as well too. I think India, the whole country, is just so many people, so much untapped potential. Same thing with Africa, even though I know it says only South Africa, but there's many countries within Africa. So this is in Russia, right? So it's gonna be interesting. That's where we lose some transaction, not some, a lot of transactions, right? So it's gonna be very interesting. I think we're gonna be living in a whole different system in 5 years once everything fizzles out. I'm happy for AI. I use it every day. AI has made me money. I'm trying to figure out how AI can make me more money. You should do the same. You gotta embrace the change, because some change is coming. Whether you like it or not, it's either gonna be the US dollar, where it's like you won't be really transacting in the US dollar. And I feel like we're just so far that I'm surprised that we're not transacting in just coins. Whether it's Ripple, XRP, Ethereum. We haven't really got around to trading in that form yet. But I'm willing to accept any type of Bitcoin payments for real. I'd pull a OBJ and accept the rest of my salary in Bitcoin for the rest of the year. That'd be interesting if I did that. I should figure something out. If Bitcoin goes into more of a downturn, I might figure something out where I don't know. We'll do a video where like I put 2 paychecks or something like that. I put a paycheck into Bitcoin, and then we can kind of like track it and see. Cause I did get into Bitcoin recently, and I'm on a different portfolio, and I'm down. It's not a good feeling, honestly. But it is what it is. I'm not tripping. I think I bought it around here, and then it just came back down, which I'm not mad at. I think this is 101's good buying level, as long as it stays above 100, right? boy, if that thing hits 75, listen, I might take out a loan to get some BTC at 75. Yeah, so the markets are in a very interesting place, man. And it's just up to us to realize what really going on. Tesla stock. I just feel the rally's coming. Bull twist on Tesla stock. Ooh, let's talk about Netflix stock. Netflix supposed to split tomorrow. Let's see. They're supposed to split tomorrow. I might get in on this, right? What I think is gonna happen, right? It's gonna split. I think it's gonna go below $100. If it goes below $100, I think I might be down to go in. On that. Under $100, Netflix. Come on, y'all. Let's be serious. Ooh, I don't like this down percent on the net profit. But I did see Netflix was thinking about doing. They're getting into podcasting. I think I seen something there. May do a deal with iHeartRadio. So this might be one to watch. Long term, of course, y'all. Shout out to whoever's watching right now. We've been almost on for an hour. Trying to get more lives in. If you're watching, maybe you watch regularly, maybe you don't. You know that I'm just I've kind of just been diving into the finance just world again, and I'm kind of finding, I don't want to say I'm finding happiness, but yeah, I am finding some happiness in doing this and being on live. I think this is the second time I've been on live, putting the videos out, just talking about these important topics that are impacting us long-term, short-term, government shutdowns, value of the dollar, so I've been having a lot of fun with it, and we're gonna keep growing the channel. So I have to keep coming back on live. My team says I have to. I got a team now. I got an AI team. My AI team says I have to go on live to push the channel, but I drop every Monday. If I have like a busy weekend, it's gonna be Tuesday, but pushing for dropping every Monday, and reels throughout the week, shorts throughout the week. We on TikTok. I'll put my TikTok in the comments. I gotta get my Twitter game down. I gotta figure out I come up with a content plan for Twitter. Maybe it's just teaching. Maybe it's just like not me being the teacher, but like giving information. Maybe I just gotta get better at that. So expect a lot more from me on here. We're gonna grow the channel until we don't have fun doing it no more. For real. So I'm gonna try to keep the lives looking a little bit different than the actual videos. Just so y'all know, it's just more. It's just me giving y'all more. And maybe I don't know. Maybe going into next year, we're gonna. I've been liking my consistency and how I've been doing the channel recently, so I probably won't change much to end the year, just so I can stay consistent. Y'all don't understand how hard it is to be consistent on YouTube. But maybe next year I'll do something where maybe I go into some of these companies, maybe I talk to people, maybe interview people, just continuously elevating it as much as I can, bringing as much to y'all as I can, so that we can just keep learning together. More game. Who would y'all want to see? Like what would be a good financial, would it be with a banker? I'm trying to think what are people's biggest issues? Let's see if Google tell us. What are Americans' biggest financial issues? Let's see. Biggest financial includes inflation, high healthcare costs, and housing expenses. You know, so maybe, I don't know, maybe, is there a way to bring our healthcare costs down? Like we really like, these are like big conversations that we need to be having, right? Why do you pay so much for healthcare? Why are you so sick? Right? Why are we so sick? Why do we need so much healthcare? Housing expenses, you know, we'll see. I'll see. Maybe interview some people who are avoiding all these housing expenses or who are living interestingly. Maybe someone that lives in like a tiny home versus like a normal home. That'd be very interesting. The burden of student loan debt. The burden of debt. Debt. This is all I see is debt. What is it? Americans' biggest financial issues? Debt. Insufficient income savings. So if you're not making money, obviously, I don't want to make videos telling people how to save, because it's like, if you're not making enough money, it's like harder to save, right? And if inflation's high, things are more expensive, saving obviously becomes like the last thing on the list for your average American, right? So I guess it's the first three is really the ones to inflation, healthcare costs, and housing costs. Maybe speaking to people how to save on housing costs. We'll see next year. Like I said, it's kind of like trying to think it through, because I don't want people to like watch me and not grow themselves. That would be like a waste of time for everybody. Because even when I'm doing these videos, I'm growing. It's like the block thing. Like, you know, I've been an investor of blocks since 2020, and I forgot that they bought title. That just went over my head. You know, so much happens. I just forgot. So yeah, I'm learning when I'm like, not learning, but like I'm refreshing my mind when I'm like on these lives and I'm doing this research, because it does take a lot of time to like, you know, sometimes I do just talk on the cuff, like I just go for it, but for the most part I'm researching topics and I'm, you know, writing things down throughout the week, or like last week, or after, if like something comes out after my video comes out, I'm writing it down so that I remember to talk about it. And there's a lot of great things to be talking about right now, like especially like people just need to wake up. Things that they're pushing, the products that they're pushing on us. It's a lot of it is just for people to get in debt and to be tied down to debt, because if they get you tied down to debt, now it kind of strengthens their system, right? Because now you have, let's say, 1 million more people acquire more debt, which they will regardless, right? Well, let's say 1 million people buy buy into the 50-year mortgage. Now for 50 years, right, you have this group of people that are just paying, right? They're paying to the banks, they're paying to the lenders, right? It's constant pay. And I just don't think the people win in that sense. I really do think that maybe over the next 5-10 years, it's going to push people to either come up with a new way of living. I really think people should just come together and start buying properties. So you get a 2-family or you know, you buy, you know, let's say you have a stack of 4 townhomes, right? You get 4 people, come together, and each of y'all own a townhome. But y'all bring in all y'all money together so that y'all don't have to fully pay for all y'all townhomes, right? It's gonna be very like it's gonna be you're gonna have to be a lot of, we're gonna have to be disciplined to make it through this. To make it through this strategically, you're gonna have to be disciplined, smart, you know, a go-getter. You're gonna have to be a go-getter, unless you already got it, right? Because some people this won't affect. Some people already own a home, right? Now the only thing they need to worry about is their property taxes going up, which it's going up, right? So there's kind of no way to avoid what we got going on and how we didn't set it up, but we're gonna do what it do. We're gonna do what it do. We're gonna do what it do. All right, a few more minutes, y'all. I believe we've been on for like over an hour. What we got? What we watching? We got commercials on right now. All right, so what do I think? Like, where are we going with it? I love this new Google Finance tab, because I could just have like everything. Ooh, Getty miss. I wonder how much they dropped. I got out of Rigetti at 36, I think. I may get back into this. If Rigetti drops to 29, it's been holding. Jesus. Where's the 29? If it drops to 29, I may be interested in getting in again. Thing is, I messed up, man. I watched it ride up all the way to 50 something. I didn't get out. It's just I do it all the time. Please, y'all, take y'all profits. When something jumps crazy, take your profits. I love how they just have all the information right here. See the results. Wow, you can listen?
Hello, everyone, and thank you for your participation in today's call. Joining me are Ethan Brown, the President and Chief Executive Officer, and Luby, Financial Officer and Treasurer. By now, everyone should have access to our third quarter 2025 earnings press release.
Yo, dog, I didn't know Google Finance was doing this, and it's still in beta. This kind of fire. I didn't know that they were putting the earnings call right here with the with the transcript. Oh, this is sick. Okay, so this is what we got to do, right? I'm gonna show you how to use ChatGPT, right? So you go in here, right? Let's go to ChatGPT. Analyze to be a top tier Wall Street analyst and review this earnings call transcript. Give me a summary. Things should be highlighted. That I should be aware of. Add in any extra thoughts or better perspective. All right, here is the transcript. So I'm finna show y'all. Oh, that wasn't. I don't even know if y'all seeing all my stuff right now. So where's that transcript at? Where's the transcript at? Wait, is this Block or is this Beyond Meat? Oh, this is Beyond Meat. My bad, y'all. This is Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat stock. Let's see. Let's see. Let's just show you how fast ChatGPT be working. Let's see. Let's see. You know, I got the thinking version. I got the paid version, y'all. So I'm just trying to show y'all like how you could use AI. Like people be wondering how could I use it? How do you use it? So if you're an investor, right, you want to be aware. I don't have time to sit on a call for 2 hours. So what this is going to do is y'all watching it live right now. Here's a crisp investor grade take on Beyond Meat's Q3 call you shared. What happened, what matters, and how you think about it going forward. How to think about it going forward. Top line revenue 70 million, down 13%. Down 32% on volume, down 3% on net rev. Wow. Gross margin 10% versus 17% a year ago. Hurt by mix, higher trade discounts. Okay. Reported nothing includes non-cash impairment triggered by weaker outlook stock price. Yeah, this is the thing. I think that they have a lot of their own stock, so the fact that their stock has lost value, they don't have that value no more. Revenue, wow, they got revenue for Q4 being lower than Q3. Not good. Not good at all. Is there anything good? Green shoots, deleveraging and liquidity meaningful, lighter debt load, fresh equity, reduced near-term default risk, conversion costs improved year-over-year, further savings from continuous production lines. Okay, so they're getting the production lines together. Distribution rebuild, U.S. retail focus on frozen brand blocks and Walmart expansion. Okay, they're getting down with Walmart. Including a value 6-pack, okay. More emphasis on Beyond, not strictly Beyond Meat. Launch of Beyond Test Kitchen and a clean label, high protein entries. Beyond steak fillets, Beyond ground with 4 ingredients, Beyond chicken pieces. Nutrition health, theme is clear, consistent. Okay, I actually like that. The brand pivot, that might be big. Stop saying Beyond Meat. Just Beyond. Do everything. Do everything. Go full vegan with it. We need something different, right? Came out hot. Red flags. Oh, goddamn. Red flags is bigger than the green flag. Structural damage pressure. Yeah, we need some good product. We need some good product. Got cash burn. 98 million. Margin path to 30% plus. How and how hard? Holy shit. They need to automate continuous production, eliminate China charges. Yeah. Beyond Living needs a multi-quarter bridge. We need multiple things to hit, man. From animal mimicry to center stage planning, Beyond Ground is not trying to copy me. It's a platform. This could broaden better for you protein, reduce head-to-head taste comparisons versus animal analog support. Yeah, I think that's what really messed them up, man, was the taste, man. So it's like when you say like when you push like it's a you know, you can exchange this for meat. Now I'm expecting it to taste like meat, right? But if you push it as if it's just a healthier alternative, I may go into it with a fresh palate. You know what I'm saying? We'll add track over the next 2-3 quarters. KPIs, proof points, growth. Like, y'all seeing this? Questions to press management on. Like, I could literally call in and press. Not advice how to think about it. Frozen consolidated bull case. Walmart value drives volume. Institutional wins add. Yeah, I think the Walmart thing is really going to be the decision maker. Management, the finance and management has reset the balance sheet and clarified the playbook. Health-led branding, SKU rationalization, automation, supply, frozen consolidation, institutional focus. The math still has to show up. Getting from 10% to 30% requires clean execution and some category tailwind or mix improvement. Near term, this looks like a margin rebuild and cash burn reduction story more than a growth story. For investors, the edge comes from closely tracking unit economics. Yeah, so I guess we're going to be watching that Walmart, John. That was cool. I didn't know. That's so cool that we were just able to do that live. I did not know that Yahoo Finance Beta was doing that. It actually just made me love it even more. New thread. Alright, so I can like ask questions on the side. This is dope. Slick want to see. I kind of want to see Rigetti. I don't want to see Rigetti. But it's alright. We'll save it for another time. Of course, as always, I appreciate y'all watching. You know, HINANCE started in 2020 with Cash App. And it's just, it's beautiful to see that, you know, I'm still pushing towards growing this brand and, you know, learning myself and helping other people learn and just get information. It's the really important part of it. Really just a platform giving out information within the finance community so that we can all make money, right? There's plenty of money out here for us to be made, so let's get to it. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, go check out some of my videos, go learn something, y'all. Trust me, a lot of great information. I give out a lot within my videos. So and if you ever have any questions, of course feel free to ask, right? Feel free to ask. But y'all, until next week, I might go live tomorrow. Until the next live, I'll check y'all out, man. We're rolling out, y'all. It's another day.